Here we are. This is the linear equation and inequalities quiz preview number 1, right? Number 1 because there's a number 2 coming, right? So let's go over this number 1 part first, right? So we're going to use our Cami here to do our work here, right? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the slope of each line. All right. So fortunately on these first 2 examples here, they already gave us points, right? So I'm going to make this one a pink point though, just so I know I have different colors here. So to get from my pink point to my blue point, I'm going to go down 1. So that means that my slope, is going to be -1 over, let's see, so down 1 and over 1. -1 over 1, right? And -1 over 1 divides, -1 divided by 1 is -1. Look at that. So my slope is equal to -1 on my number 1. Definitely get a question like this in the quiz, right? Number 2, again, same type of question, right? Let me make my first point here pink, so I know what to do here. So I want to get from my pink point to my blue point, right? So I'm going to go down 1. So again, it's going to be m is equal to -1, right? Now, if I had gone up 1, then it would have been +1. Now, from here to this blue point, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 to the right. That means over 3, right? So my slope here, my m, is equal to -1 over 3. My slope here was actually, on the first one, is m is equal to -1. Right? That was my slope here. And that is my number 1 and 2. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Definitely see questions like this on the quiz, right? So let's look at number 3 here. Number 3 says, find the slope of the line through each pair of points. Right? Find the slope of a line through each pair of points. So, first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to identify, I'm going to use blue, my x and y. That's my x, comma, that's my y, and that's my x on this point, comma, that's my y. Right? So, I remember that my slope is equal to, right? My m is equal to y minus y over x minus x. So, if I'm going to say m, my slope, is equal to y minus y first on top, right? 9 minus -9. 9 minus -9. Right? That's a terrible 9. There you go. That's better. Over x minus x, -8 minus -18. -8 minus -18. Right? So let's deal with the top first. Let's see what we get up top. Remember that minus minus, these two become plus plus, just like that, right? So 9 plus 9 is 18. Look at that. These two minus minus become plus plus. So I have a -18 and a -8 and a +18. So 18 minus 8 is 10. Right? And I can divide both of these by 2. So I get 18 divided by 2 is 9. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So my slope on number 3 is 9 over 5. And I use my formula, right? X minus x, y minus y over x minus x, right? So let's do number 4, the same thing. Let's identify our x's and our y's, our x and my y, right? We're good still. M is equal to y minus y, which is 9 minus 14 over x minus x, 0 minus negative 13 is equal to, this is a positive 9 and a negative 14, so I got to subtract. 14 minus 9 is 5. And since 14 is bigger, 14 is a negative, the 5 is going to be a negative. Negative, negative, remember guys, becomes plus, plus. 0 plus 13 is 13. And look at that. There's my slope for number 4. Right? And I have definitely get a question like that on the quiz, everyone. For sure. You'll get a question like that on the quiz. Okay, 4 down, 2 to go. Okay, so number 5 says sketch the graph of each line. So let's sketch. So we're going to identify our m first, right? Because our equation is y equals m x plus b, right? And we remember that our important parts are m and b, right? So my m is negative 2, my b is negative 5. So b is equal to negative 5, and my m is equal to negative 2, but I need it as a fraction, so I'm going to put a 1 under that. So my b is my y-intercept. So where is negative 5 on my y? Right here. So I'm going to put a point there on negative 5. Now this says negative 2 means down 2. But can I go down 2 here, everybody? And over 1. I cannot go down 2. So I'm going to do the opposite of down 2, and I'm going to go up 2. 1, 2. So that it means if I went the opposite of up, that means I have to go the opposite of to the right. That means 1 to the left. Right? So I'm going to make my second point right there. Then I'm going to go to my shapes tool. I'm going to go to my insert line. I'm going to go to pink. And I'm going to go all the way through to the dark blue point. And from the dark blue point, I'm going to go all the way through the pink. And I'm going to go back to my drawing. And I'm going to arrow on each part of the line there. And there you go. Look at that. I have sketched my graph of this line, right? I sketched this line right here. Let's do number 6. Okay. So again, let us identify our slope, which is m, and our b, which is the y-intercept, right? So b is equal to positive 1, and m, our slope, is equal to 1 over 2. Fortunately, it's already a fraction, so there's no need to write a 1 under it, right? And positive 1 means up 1 over 2. So I'm going to go to my y-intercept, b is equal to 1. So on my y line here, where is positive 1? Right there is positive 1. And this says go up 1, and over 2. 1, 2. So I'm going to go over here and pick green. And I'm going to, there you go, that's my second point. And I'm going to go to shape. Insert line. I'm going to do a blue line this time. I'm going to go from my dark blue all the way through my green there. Look, I can even go a little bit past the graph. And from my green, I'm going to drag all the way through to my dark blue. I'm going to go back here to drawing, and I'm going to pick black. I'm going to do arrow, 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 arrow. And look at that. I have drawn my graph. And that right there, kiddos, there will definitely be a problem like this in the quiz, right? And there is, right, quiz preview number 1. So make sure you've copied everything down and you're good and you're all set to go. All right? So thank you for being here. See you next time.